feel like over the past couple weeks, like, I've grown to like you more as a person. So this morning when I find out that like things are being said about me, I'm like, where did this come from? Like, if anything, now that we're getting closer, you should be able to like tell me.
I mean, my intention was not to hurt anybody or to pass judgment on anyone or to be like the mother figure.
Can you
or
see
I
that
think
we're hurt.
Okay, so I'm sorry that you feel hurt by my opinions. That was not my...
It's not your opinion. It's just that you can't tell us your opinion. It's that we have to hear
that's something that I can choose to keep to myself. I'm sure everyone has an opinion. Like,
what do you think that we're upset about? Because I feel like I keep telling you what I'm upset about, and you keep missing the point.
I think you guys are upset that you think that I was talking behind your back, right? That you think that we're really good friends and that I should be telling everything to your face.
No, it's not that.
The only thing we're trying to say is just don't be afraid to show your real self. That includes being open, being upset, telling us what's wrong, and not always smiling in a way like everything's okay, I'm great. Because being human is showing that side, is showing the anger. Just show it. We don't care. I mean, for me, I'm this
No, I think you guys do care because that's why everyone's at this point attacking me for having.
We're not attacking.
We're not attacking.
I just feel like I mentioned before, I don't know the whole you, so it's hard for me to trust you.
It's very hard for me to be trusting and understanding of others, but I've done that with each and every one of you. I've tried to take you aside and have a one-on-one communication, and there's not one person that said that I haven't tried. Yeah. I have tried, but I don't feel like anyone's trying to understand me and my situation of how I've grown up and why I feel the way I feel. Trust doesn't come natural to me. That is something that I'm internally working on, and it's not going to change, like you said, overnight. And I don't want you to think that my opinion is my judgment on you. I would never disrespect you guys, but I don't agree with some of the actions. I might do something differently. That was it.
When you're in a position where 5 people have a problem with you, you're going to feel attacked no matter what. Like, we could have said it in the sweetest way. Of course, it's going to be hard.
Are you okay, though? Do you get my place? I did bring this up.
Right.
I'm responsible for bringing this conversation.
Right.
This was only a good intention conversation. I want you to know that.
Absolutely.
I want you to know that.
We're ending the conversation. Can we take more pictures?
Well, we can continue downstairs, but I just want to check out downstairs. It's getting cold out here, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go downstairs.
Good luck, guys.
I felt cornered. I felt like I was back in school being bullied. I mean, I was a person that I was never understood as a kid. And I felt like I was back in that state, eating lunch by myself in the bathroom. And I tried to hold my composure. I think there's a mature way to address a situation or a concern. They didn't want to listen to me. They just wanted to complain and attack me. But at that point, I thought I did my best that I could. After the whole confrontation on the boat, I tried my best to be the most mature person and not get bogged down by anyone who's trying to bully me.
How are you guys? Today, I really wanted to just take this time to sit down and kind of hear where you all are at as a group. I want it to be honest because the competition is not about winning the challenges, and I think all of you have understood that, or I hope. And I want to know about the honesty and genuine that goes on behind the scenes. And this is one of the few times that we'll even be able to talk before the finale. No one has anything to say.
We've had some tension. I'm gonna bring it up. It happened on the boat.
So what happened on the boat? Who wants to start? Well, Kanika brought it up, so.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I did bring up the conversation just because, I don't know, I was hearing a lot was thrown in my ears, as much as it was to you guys. And like I said, I've been through this cat fight, girls talking about each other behind their backs. I went to an all-girls school. I think it was enough. I was feeling so overwhelmed. I wanted to lay it out on the table. So I thought it was a perfect time just for all of us to confront one another and talk about what we were getting hurt about and upset about.
I honestly felt attacked. I honestly felt like I was back in school being bullied because it wasn't a one-by-one situation where everyone addressed their issues and talked it out like we're talking out right now. It was the fact that girls were going out till late at night, coming home pretty late, 2, 3, or 1, or 12, whatever the time is.
Is that true?
Wait, you guys didn't go to Neo's birthday party?
There was one incident.
I've overheard many, many occasions these girls go out and party every other night till 2 or 3 in the morning while
I'm being the responsible person and focusing on the real reason why I'm here is to work.
I feel that at times it's unfair that I wake up in the morning and work out and I'm ready at call time 100% every single day. I've also heard many people bring up my name in a very negative connotation, and that feels like a stab in the back to me.
Do any of you want to respond to that? Well, I'm disappointed. My year as Miss America was hard. It was really, really hard. And the one thing that kept me going is knowing that I'm a role model and that there's a young girl out there watching. And when people see you all acting this way, what are those young girls going to say? I worked really hard to maintain my integrity. I had to say no to parties. I had to say no to going out. I had to say no to boys. I had to say no to so many things because that's what mattered to me. Each and every one of you is influencing someone. Every time you speak, you are influencing someone. And all of you have a choice to influence them in a positive or negative way. That's on all of you. And I really hope you think about that. I really do. Because that's life. That's the most important thing in life is your character and your integrity. I don't know what more I can say right now, but you know, I'm glad we talked, and I hope that you all moving forward will think about this. I'm gonna head out. I'll see you at the next challenge.
When Kanika brought up the conversation on the boat, I was definitely a little upset that she brought it up. That should not have been a conversation brought up in front of Nina or in front of the world. That was a private conversation that should have happened between the 6 adults involved.
Does anyone feel guilty about anything? Or are you just like, whatever?
I don't feel guilty.
You don't feel guilty? Just wanted to know if anyone feels guilty about the way we made Nina feel.
Do you feel guilty?
No. But I feel guilty on your guys' behalf, maybe. I agree with her that this is supposed to inspire younger girls. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I keep telling everyone and keep telling myself. Guys, just don't get influenced by other people. If you want to follow the rules, follow your own rules. I think enough is enough. Walk on your own path, okay? Because this is going to happen for the rest of your life. You're going to be influenced by what other people say, what they want to do, because they have a strong, dominant personality. Just listen to your own inner gut. That's all I have to say, please.
I think this is just a message for all of us to really step back and really evaluate why we're here. But
let's be real, Diti, some of us don't really care about this competition.
That's not true. I think all of us care about this competition. You know, I keep feeling like people don't think I take this competition seriously, and that's not true at all.
No, I don't really think Ahana is taking this seriously where she wants to win. I think Ahana is trying to enjoy herself.
Was that a comment pointed at me?
What?
When you talked to them about not letting people influence you.
Yeah, because in a way, it's kind of like all of us.
So I influence everybody to go out?
In a way, sometimes I feel like you do, yeah. But it's not just you. I just think it's like a young, I told you, it's like a thing that you guys want to do.
Also, like, why were you saying you were only ashamed of us? Like, you've gone out.
Of course.
So why are you not upset at yourself?
The way you spoke right now, please don't ever talk to me that way again, ever.
What did I say?
Don't point your finger at me and I'm not your child. Don't talk to me like that. I respect that you have your own beliefs and you get heated up about things, but do not ever do that to me again.
I'm just in awe because earlier that day we were all getting along and then boom, everything changed.
But one thing that got to me was that you were like, I don't feel guilty, I feel guilty for you guys.
Yes,
and I was like, what more did we do?
All,
just Neo's birthday
we don't need you to feel anything.
I guess I didn't really mean that way. I didn't really mean that I feel guilty on your behalf. I just meant no, I did say I felt guilty.
On our behalf, but not for you.
I did.
What does that mean?
I did feel guilty.
The first thing you said was you don't feel guilty for you.
Meaning all these things. I also was involved with the partying, but not too much because I also felt like it was a little bit overwhelming for me.
Listen, I respect you as an adult, and I'm asking you to respect me back.
Of course.
And what was it about people not taking this competition seriously? That was totally singling me out.
I didn't say any names, but I also believe sometimes that
at me. I don't, you can even ask Priya, when I'm doing something, when we were partners for the thing, I spent every single second of our time focusing on that thing. I memorized it faster than you, I was on it.
Who's to say that? Of course, I understand that.
Kanika and I have been good friends throughout this whole competition, and then in front of Nina and the other girls, I felt she went in the complete opposite direction.
How can you say, just because I want a life outside of this competition doesn't mean I don't care about it? You didn't have to pointedly direct a comment at me.
I guess sometimes I got overwhelmed about how much you do want to, like, you know, go out and do this again. So that got to me. But
well, some of us can balance both. Like, no matter what happens, I am at my call 2 minutes early.
Like, don't you get that? Like, sometimes it's a domino effect. Like, one thing affects the other, which affects the other. I'm not saying it's like just you, but it's a unity thing. I'm saying, like, it starts by doing this. If we're not trusting each other, then it's like,
you know, at the boat, you said you felt like you were attacked. I feel like you guys right now are attacking Ahana.
Oh, I'm not speaking at her.
So listen, I feel attacked myself too, Harindi. I'm not trying. But
we're not attacking anybody,
we're just trying to like let it out.
Right, but Harindi, I don't know. But Harindi,
we're not
one thing. I never said any damn name. I never pointed any damn finger at one frickin' person. I think this whole damn month I've been very silent in the things that I've been hearing in one ear and in the other ear. And I'm doing my best to just respect everyone's opinions. And it's kind of hard and a little bit difficult. I don't know what you want me to do.
I felt a little betrayed because she had said the exact opposite things to me in private. The underlying trust that's gone is going to take time to heal. I'm not sure if we have enough.
Everyone, so quiet this morning. Well, in light of everything in our last conversation that happened, I thought this week would be the perfect week to do some giving back. So for this week, it's all about volunteering and charities. I'd like to take you inside this house we're at, and we're going to meet our expert when we get inside.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Everyone, I'd like for you to meet Rochelle. She's going to be our expert for today. And Rochelle, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what we're going to be doing?
Sure. Hi, ladies. Hi. I am a community volunteer. I've been doing volunteer work with the homeless for, since I was like maybe about 13 years old, so over like 20 years. So very, very long time. And today I have a project that I want you ladies to be a part of. As you can see, the table behind me, it's filled with different supplies, water and socks. We are going to be making packets to give out to the homeless. I want you guys to come over to the table. I'm gonna hand you out a little packet and we're gonna fill it with some good stuff and head out to the road.
All right. Okay. So after all the chaos that was going on, it felt good to kind of focus on something bigger than us.
One of each item.
I was so happy that Nina was working with us. Every time she participates, I think it really brings the group together.
Yay, this is a pretty big bag.
Yeah. All right, let's get out to the van and we'll lock and roll. Let's do it.
All right. Girl power. Oh my goodness.
It's so refreshing helping other people because when we work together, we are working toward a common goal.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Awesome job, ladies. Hi.
My conception of homeless people was very different from a young age. I was thought that they were kind of crazy or maybe delusional or they may be even dangerous. So I was a little scared, but I also was curious.
Give then to receive.
Yes, I agree.
135 and push 295 with my legs, weigh 105. My Uncle Jack said I'm his favorite.
Hi. Please take a package from us. We really appreciate it. You can have double.
I'm a potato on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think a lot of the girls were more concerned about finishing their set of packages instead of interacting with the homeless. Did you want more, your friends? They were like, oh, we have this many, let's just give them out to random people and not talk to them. Well, we gotta go scavenger hunting and find people.
Do you want another one? I know you got 2, but hey. Of course.
Would you like these 3 care packages? Actually meeting them, shaking hands with them, acknowledging them, it was mind-blowing to realize that you might take these people for granted, but they're a lot smarter than you think. We have tissues and bandages and everything else that you can imagine.
It's very nice to meet you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So that felt good.
Remember that no matter where you go, no matter where you are, that everyone has a story where they come from and what they're doing and how they got there and to make a best of any situation. So.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Oh god, this is cool.
There's a note.
Okay, so ready, guys? It says, don't stray from your compass. It knows what's right. For the heart is your north and feels another's plight.
So it's like your moral compass?
True.
Yeah. So,
or your heart leads the way, right?
Right, but when a compass, north is always the place that you go.
Yeah.
Plight meaning someone else's pain.
That's kind of what those posters look like, too.
Right.
Over 120,000 children attained basic computer skills at 431 centers last year.
Pratham USA is an organization. Anyone heard of it?
Yeah. I've heard of Pratham.
What exactly is it?
It's a nonprofit, and they worked with underprivileged children, among other things, to help with poverty and literacy rates and helping like the girl child or people get out of underprivileged environments.
Mr. and Mrs. Raj and Manjari Dami, and they're here from Pratham.
Hello, everyone.
One of the reasons why I brought in Pratham was because their campaign, their slogan is called Every Child in School and Learning Well. So for your challenge today, your challenge is to basically create a new campaign for Pratham. The end goal is that you want people to want more information, to go to the website, whatever it may be, and say, I want to be a part of this program for this reason. You'll have 20 minutes to strategize and 10 minutes to put everything together. Afterwards, you will obviously be presenting. The teams is Aditi, Amina, and Priyadarshini. Ready?
Yes.
Go break a leg.
All right, team. Okay, I had some ideas. Things that we should be talking about is the lack of sexual education in India. Do you guys want to work on a separate slogan that we should have? Because I know they want to change or add on to the original Pratham slogan.
Yeah, we can do that.
Got those pictures while you guys look at budgeting and how this would be practical. The role of sexual education is non-existent in India.
Priyadarshini kind of took charge for this.
Or that premarital sex is wrong, or the lack of education about what STIs are. That India is #1 or #2 in the world for AIDS. Want to have like maybe a sentence or two at the bottom, and the rest we can verbally present it as we go along. It would be per child.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Great. Mr. and Mrs. Dami, thank you again so much for joining us today on behalf of Pratham. I'm going to go ahead and call in our first team so we can get our campaign presentation started. The first team we have for Team 2 is Priyadarshini, Aditi, and Amina. You will have 3 minutes to present your campaign, and then we'll ask you a few questions afterwards. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
So a part of Pratham's example of creating more education for the underprivileged, one main aspect that we wanted to focus on is the fact of sexual education, which is a huge lack in our South Asian and Indian communities. Educating both the children that are male and female and working together towards all generations.
For our slogan here, we're gonna do gods and goddesses in harmony, but then we thought might as well put in an equation and say gods plus goddesses equal in harmony, just because we're looking for more of equality.
And then the visual that we have here, we have a man in the middle. He's supposed to represent the same person. And on one end, he goes to the temple or a place of worship and he prays to a goddess. And then on the other hand, he's back at home and he's abusing his wife. And then here it says, why pray to one but abuse the other?
According to the UN study, India has the 3rd highest number of HIV-infected people in the world. And I think that also goes into the sexual education and the societal norms that need to be broken to create that dialogue between men and women, not to separate them and have separate conversations.
Thank you. So we're going to have to move on to the questions.
How will you introduce Pratham through social media?
Well, social media is a really big part of our world today. I mean, all celebrities are all on there, and because of all their followers, they're able to reach a much wider audience just through social media alone. People like Priyanka Chopra, Mindy Kaling, Aziz Ansari, they can use their own social media platforms to promote Pratham. And when a topic starts trending, more people know about it, more people want to learn about it, because everyone always wants to stay up to date on what's popular, what's the most talked about. So social media is actually a really great way to promote Pratham.
When I see your campaign, this is a very heavy topic to discuss, and all of us know that. So how would you take this campaign and introduce it to an elementary school.
From an elementary school age, of course, we would start talking about, different body parts and what consent is, and teaching kids that, no one should be touching you in certain places, and tell them why, and, just get the conversation going, because it needs to start from a young age.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I think we did a really good job as a team. Aditi and Amina and I, we all gave each other, I think, equal amounts to speak. We helped each other out. We knew what we were talking about, and it was really a group effort.
I know we all had a very difficult time deciding a winner for this challenge.
I am extremely proud of you ladies, particularly to speak for Pratham or come up with a marketing strategy for Pratham, which is a very dry subject for ladies sometimes.
I want to congratulate both the teams. You guys did a wonderful job, and you think it through and came up with good ideas, but we had very hard time making a decision.
Number 2. The subject you chose was somewhat heavier, and your creativity really took you quite farther down the road on that, Great job. However, the subject was very heavy. That is not what Pratham actually handles or, goes after at this point in time. Number 2, it is a great idea that we need to talk about it. However, the subject you chose was somewhat heavier than what we would like younger children to be exposed to at this point in time.
I feel like my team should have won. I know it was a really hard decision, and I'm sure the other team did extremely well. I heard that they used Malala Yousafzai, so she's a powerful entity in herself. So I know it was a hard decision, and we gave them a tough fight.
And so for this weekly winner, we're going to do something a little different. You're all here for an individual reason, and I've asked you to work together. I've asked you to get to know each other, and each of you will anonymously choose one person and put their name in a fishbowl. The weekly winner does receive 1 point towards the final competition.
So the twist of this week, Nina wanted us to anonymously pick one winner that we thought deserved that one-on-one time with Nina. Some people did get that one-on-one time. I, for instance, have not, and that's something that I've been craving. I think I've been working my butt off, blood, sweat, and tears, into every single one of these challenges, and I don't think all the girls appreciate this opportunity. I picked my own name because I think I've given my 150% for every single challenge, whether I have won or not, and I think that I deserve a chance to speak with Nina. What's going on in my own head, the battles that I'm fighting, but I would really think I deserve this opportunity to tell my side of the story.
I choose Priyadarshini because you have been giving it your all these past several weeks. I know you really do want to be here. I know you really do believe that you deserve this. You've overcome a lot of challenges that's been thrown your way so far with the girls, with the challenges itself, and you still continue to brave through it and smile through it. So I believe that you should be winner of this week.
So it turns out we have a tie for 2 people to be the weekly winner. The tie is between Priyadarshini and Amina.
Nina announced that it was a tie, and at that point I was like, oh, I'm not going to win. No, I don't think anybody's going to vote for me other than myself. And she said my name, and I was like, oh, someone likes me.
So it turns out we have a tie. The tie is between Priyadarshini and Amina. I'm going to have you guys break that tie, and here's how we're going to do it. One of you will volunteer to speak on the 2 people that it's between. You'll each have 30 seconds to share your thoughts about why Priyadarshini or Amina deserves to be the weekly winner this week. I would like for someone to volunteer to speak on Priyadarshini.
I will volunteer.
Thank you, Kanika. Kanika, you'll start first. And ladies, I want you to really think about who would learn from this one-on-one time the most. Out of this entire experience, who do you think is really going to benefit from being able to talk and hopefully learn and grow as a person? Kanika, you have 30 seconds to talk about Priyadarshini.
So I've said it once, I'll say it again. Priyadarshini is a very motivating, ambitious young woman. She has experience doing pageants. Yes, there have been some quarrels, some tensions, some upsets, but I think, Priyadarshini, you can use this time one-on-one with Nina, who has such a representation for what it means to be a powerful woman, and learn from her. And she can also learn from you and hear your side of the story, hear your passions, your ambitions. So I think it's your time, after everything you've endured these past several weeks, it's your time to shine.
Thanks, Kanika. We appreciate that.
It felt really heartfelt because she didn't have to say that. Nobody did, but she did anyway, so that speaks volumes about her.
For those of you who would like the weekly winner to be Priyadarshini, please raise your hand. Thank you. For those of you who would like to see Amina as the weekly winner, please raise your hand.
The majority of rule was not in my favor. Surprise. I wasn't shocked, but
it put things into perspective about who's mature and who's not. I know that it's fine. Let these people focus on the little trophy. I'm focusing on the crown.
Next time on Made in America, with us today is our skincare expert, Dr. Purvisha Patel. Wrong. Wow. I'd like to introduce you to our expert today, Yael.
I'm a nutritional coach.
We show up at this nice looking house.
Balance out with the pizza.
We will talk about it.
This power food is rich in beta carotene. I think that's carrots. Let's bring it on over and we'll see what you got. I will have some one-on-one time with